I've got James Kane, Katie Coulson, Michael Martin, Joan and Mary.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Moving on, we have declarations of interest. Does anyone any declarations of interest for any items on tonight's agenda? No one? Okay. Mayor's announcements. I haven't any announcements that I can't say something about later. Okay. Do you any?
Yeah, hello, yeah, just really to update full council on the panto. A couple of little things really. One's the panto, it went very, very well. The show was very well received by everybody, and we had fantastic feedback. I mean, overall we had over 3,600 people who came along here, including a number of schools, community groups from Stanley and the surrounding areas. 2 shows on Christmas Eve were pretty much sold out. We just have the odd seat left. Personally, for me, thank you to all the staff who worked there. I mean, everybody who was in there worked really hard, really put a shift in, or a number of shifts in, just to make sure that everything went well, everybody was safe, guarantee everybody's safety, and everybody had a good time. We've had Rhys on, the panto producer. He's approached us wanting to put together a deal for the next these three Christmases. What we decided to do is we're going to do a full report
forward, because there was a massive great response with regards to the community. Just a short update from me. Last week, Helen Richardson came in to have a chat with us, and Stuart and myself, with regards to taking up her new role, and that was really kind of her, because obviously she hasn't even started yet, but she wanted to hit the ground running. And I did ask her to come in because I go into hospital on Friday for a hip replacement, so I won't be around to do induction and all of that sort of thing. But we've had a good chat, and Stuart very kindly is stepping into the breach with all of that policy side of things and all of the induction side of things for Helen. And I also just wanted to say, on behalf of everyone from Stanley Town Council, welcome. We have set in place a number of meetings that we'll be doing on Teams to keep things ticking over, and Sam is there if anybody needs anything in the meantime for at least the first couple of weeks after Friday. So thanks very much, everyone.
Hi. Thank you very much, Jeanette. The next part is public participation. I can't see any members of the public here, but Alan, have you got anything that's been put in? Any questions?
Yes, I've received a question in advance, so I'll deal with that now. It's a question from Bill Nixon. Dear Alan, I am writing to ask this question about the agenda for the next meeting. I asked a question several months ago on what the council was doing, if anything, to recognise the 50+ years service to this town's civic theatre. I suggested some plaque or such, and the council decided to delay a decision for future discussion. My question is, 1, has there been any future discussions, and 2, have the council decided what to do to honour this lady? Basically, thanks for the question, Mr. Nixon. As you picked up earlier in your question, there was a report following your suggestion. There was a report done for full council on the 28th of September. The council agreed at that meeting that to agree with the suggestion in principle, but we need to do a bit more work around what to do, how we do it, what sort of criteria we would use in the future. An update report will be coming to full council in the coming months, and hopefully we can get this matter sorted. So yeah, thanks for the question. We have picked it up, we have agreed to progress it, but obviously we have a few details to finally get sorted out, hopefully in the not too distant future, and we can get things done for you. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Alan. Was that the only question?
The only one I've got.
Okay. Right. We'll move on to now confirmation of the minutes of the last ordinary meeting of the council, which was on the 26th of November 2021. Could we have a mover for the minutes, please? Can you move the minutes? Yeah. And seconder? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Are there any matters arising from these minutes that we need to deal with now? Anyone? No? Right. The next is to receive the committee minutes of the Financial General Purposes dated the 12th of November 2021. Can I have a mover for those? Yeah, you move them, Gordon? Thank you. Seconder? All right, thank you. All right. The next item on the agenda is the Queen's Jubilee 2022. The Council is to consider the report on options for recognising the Queen's Jubilee and decide what to do. Alan?
Hello, me again, thanks. As everybody I'm sure knows, 2022 sees the Queen's Jubilee, the first British monarch to celebrate a Platinum Jubilee, apparently. 70 years of service, having acceded to the throne on the 6th of February 1952. Throughout the year, there will be a number of events arranged nationally, regionally, to celebrate this, including an extended bank holiday from Thursday the 2nd of June to Sunday the 5th of June. Stanley Town Council, we can look at a number of ways of recognising this occasion, either by embracing sort of national events or by looking to support our own local events or something small, something big, whatever. I mean, the beacon is the obvious one. Nationally, there will be a series of beacons, or a beacon programme, if you like, event that's going to be held on the 2nd of June. We've registered the beacon for that, so we can be part of that. And it's just really what members do they want us to put a bigger event together as part of that, or just keep that sort of fairly discreet and just as a beacon lighting ceremony. We've also had a member come forward with a suggestion to do a project, which I've given an example of there, which involves, there's some pictures there of something similar that was done elsewhere, which is engaging with the local schools and decorating stones with a theme, whether it's a royal theme, whether it's a Queen theme, and then looking for somewhere in the locality to get these done as a bit of an installation, something a bit more sort of formal. So we can do that. I mean, we can progress that if members want us to progress that as a project. We'll be more than happy to look at that. We've made a few tentative sort of inquiries, and so it's something that we can progress should members wish us to do that. Trees, there's another one. Planting the trees. Is a traditionally used to commemorate things, whether that's a specific tree or doing a programme, something like that. Down County Council's been in touch with us, which I think it comes further down the agenda. And I was thinking about hijacking that, like, and just trying to see if they're going to plant that up in the locality, might be an opportunity for us to get involved in that, enhance that in some way, as a bit of a jubilee sort of thing. Alternatives, basically, what we've got from the projects that I've already listed there. There's also potential for us to develop other things, whether it's something in the Civic Hall, whether it's something like through the events programme, and again, we need to be kind of guided by members on that. Somebody, 2022 sees an momentous occasion, and such the Town Council could look at a number of ways to support this project. The Beacon, we are joining the national programme with the Beacon. We could look at a local bespoke project to us with things like the Stones project that's been suggested, and we can also look at other things to celebrate and recognise this event. The recommendations basically is the Town Council decide what they want to do, whether they want us to progress any of these projects above or look at something else. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, Alan. Can we have anything? Yes, Jeanette?
I just wanted to say that I think we should do all of these. All of these and anything else that we can think of, basically. I definitely think the Beacon, and I think we could look at, using local brass band, for example, and try and make it a really celebratory occasion. The Stones, brilliant idea. I think that's an excellent project, and I would happily support that. Looking at working with, Packed House and Just for Women and the schools, we could look at something that looked like a flag with, you know, England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, you know, all of that sort of thing. There's lots of ideas and lots of things that we could do to engage the young people with NDA, with St Joseph's, with, you know, some of the young people that go to Packed House, to try and get some sort of young people engaged in the whole process. So I think that's great. Trees, I just think any trees that we're planting, and we do have, you know, a series of trees that are going to be planted across this period. You know, we've got some with Greencroft and Anfield Plain Partnership coming up. We should just be automatically called part of our Jubilee programme across this year. And, you know, anything else that we can think of, and it may even be as simple as repurposing and retitling some of the events that we were already going to have and just make them, you know, commemorative of the Jubilee. So, yes, great ideas. Happy to support.
Thanks very much. Can I just add something to that? I've put my hand up. How about turning our play in the parks into royal garden parties? That's it. You can have them all over the place. Kids can turn up. And as for tree planting, seeing as how we're going to consider planting a real fir tree at some point for our Christmas tree, where we are, yes, could we not make that into our Jubilee tree? I mean, we could plant dozens of other trees as well, but just as to say that this is something that we've done as well. Okay? Anyone else? Sorry, anybody else got any? Yes? Go on.
Yeah, it's just a little follow-up. We had our first meeting of the events group this year. We're looking to put the programme together for the events for this year. And I know we had a chat in there about sort of, obviously that we've got that events budget. It's whether we put together the standard programme of events that we always seem to do, or whether we look to do that. But yeah, I think we can. Certainly we spoke to Scott about the beacon, and he's quite happy to support us on that in looking there. But I think he's really busy that weekend. He's got loads on. I think that's an issue. But the play in the parks, yeah, no problem. We'll take that forward. Thanks.
And so we've considered and decide what to do. Is it the general consensus that we carry on with the programmes as outlined here? Is everyone all right with that? Okay? Don't seem to be any dissent. All right, thank you. Moving on to item 9. Oh, sorry.
What, anybody? Go on. Why not try and get the Lord Lieutenant Dunham to come up with these things for the Jubilee?
Well, you could put that one down, but I think you'll find...
She's the Queen's representative of the county.
Yeah, I think you probably find she'll be run off her feet, but it's a very good idea and it's worth asking. Yeah. Right. Right, moving on to item 9, CDALC double taxation update. All right, is this you again, Alan?
It's kind of looking like it. This is a follow-on from CDALC had made this sort of, they've been looking at this for a little while. I mean, as I put on the agenda. They've contacted us and requested members are made aware of the current situation regarding double taxation. The report from their local government working group have attached to go with this. What they're doing is looking to address the issue of double taxation as an option to introduce a special expenses scheme whereby the county council would vary or like reduce its council tax in certain parish areas, as the county council will not consider a grant to council to address double taxation. What they seem to say is this would lead to a lot of work to get that would be involved in all the parishes, and everybody would have to agree to it, because I don't think they could do one and not the whole lot. That's what I've kind of picked up from what I've got from them. You know, I haven't with directly. So basically, what I did was I put this to council, you know, just to say, do they want us to consider that? Is that what they want us to do? Do they want us to go back to them and say yes, we'd like to do further look at this? Do they want to look at this? The special expenses scheme, or do we want to just say we'll just have to just leave things as they are?
Do we have any views on this or anything that anyone wants to take forward? It's a very moot point, and I don't know whether they'll actually get every minor council in Durham to agree to it, but where would we like to go with this? Come on.
Double taxation's been absolutely high on the agenda for local councils since Unity Authorities came into operation. And just to simplify matters, it means where services are being provided county-wide by the county council, some areas could be football fields, allotments, that type of thing, but in other parishes they're paid by the parish precept. So they feel there's an unfairness there. And the county have been reluctant over the years to review it. This is a step in direction from a lot of pressure from the parish and town councils, and I think it would be advisable, certainly for Stanley Town Council, to at least be part of that process and to at least be aware of where the implications would be. And I think, Madam Chair, you've mentioned CDALC through Jeff Garfoot, the head finance at Durham County, is running a Zoom Teams information meeting where everybody can get on a presentation on this, and we can certainly circulate a link to our members, and anyone can actually join in with that. So it could be interesting to find out more information from there.
I think CDALC has already sent us, or maybe you, Alan, sent us the information here. Now it's on Tuesday the 8th of February at 6 o'clock, and it clashes with our Finance and General Purposes meeting. But could I ask that anyone who's not in the Finance and General Purposes meeting, we'll have a look at it on Zoom, and because Jeff Garfoot is very good at explaining things, and I think it'll give everybody a better idea of just exactly what is doable and what isn't. But I certainly think that, you know, we've got to take part in this, because if we don't, well, perhaps decisions will be made that we are no part of, which is not a good thing. Has anyone else got anything? Yes, Jeanette.
I would just like to agree, basically. I think if you're not at the table, then, you know, you're not having an opinion, then you'll get what you're given, basically. So I think it's important that we continue to be part of the process. Thank you.
Sorry, Madam Chair, and just to add, the county has said quite clearly every council would have to be part of the process, because they can't do it without everyone being involved. So, in effect, I think that choice is there.
So as we have to decide what to do, or is it agreed that we take part in the pilot scheme, or that we put in our information? Is that all right? Everyone agree? Is anyone, easiest way, anyone disagree? I thought you were putting your hand up there, Alan. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Can you note that? Thanks. Now, moving on to item 10, Tanfield Tree Planting Project. Which you've all got the very simple. Is this you again, Alan? Yeah.
Yeah, but you still, I didn't know what Tanfield Tree Planting Project. I got an email just out the blue of Durham County Council that were saying they were looking to plant some trees in a particular area, which I've included in a little map, as I think is part of the is an attachment of this report. It's in the area alongside Tanfield Road, where you go to the car park, I think at the East Tanfield end. I think it's where the station thing is there. So it's to increase the woodland there, and on the little map I think it shows there's footpaths in there, and it should be a nice little walking area in there. Like I spoke to the guy that said he was sorting it out, and he was looking for any local groups that wanted to engage with the project and support them with that and get involved. So if anybody's got anything down there from myself and from the other members down there, let me know, and I'm quite happy to share them. The only issue I've had since then when I've chased it up with him is he did say he's done a number of these throughout the area, and hours mightn't happen this year now, it might be put back a little bit, but I mean that still doesn't stop us agreeing and agreeing to work with a guy and progress it. So again, it's that's just for information to members. I mean, we're quite it's going ahead. It's whether we want to be part of it or not, which seems like we should do. Yeah, thank you.
Anyone got any objection to that? I think planting trees is a good thing. Right. Okay. Sorry, that was just for information. Town clerk recruitment update, verbal update.
Hello, I've put this on the agenda, but Jeanette's already sorted it out for us. We've spoken to Helen and she's starting, I think it's the 7th of February. So she's coming in, so to be honest with you, I know it's been on the agenda, so I just followed it through just to sign it off. She's dead keen, I think. She wants to get in, wants to get started. So as soon as we get her here, we'll get her to meet everybody and get ourselves settled. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Now, moving on to item 11. No, we don't, do we? Sorry. Complaint. Alleged breach of councillor code of conduct, attachment F. You've all got attachment F, and the report is there for you, and we are requested to note the report.
Hello. Yes, me again. From last council, I did last full council back in November. I did report that there had been a formal sort of complaint made to Durham County Council about a Stanley Town Council breaching the code of conduct. We've had the report from that, which obviously it's there. Apparently, I've never had one of these before. Apparently, it's made on public scrutiny, etc. But the information is there for everybody if they want it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We now move on to item 13, which is toilet procedure. This is been approved by the Finance and General Purposes Committee, and it has just come to here for ratification. Anyone got anything on this? Are we? Yeah.
For members' information at Work Finance, basically it's the second paragraph in exceptional circumstances. That is the addition, and basically it doesn't commit the town council anything beyond that, but if there were exceptional circumstances, it gave us the option. That's where it was. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Can we agree this then, the procedure? Everyone? Yeah. It's easier to say any dissent, isn't it? Thank you. You'll be very pleased to hear, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the date, time and venue of the next meeting, which is Tuesday the 22nd of September at 6:30 in Stanley Civic Hall. Right, and thank you very much for your attendance. February, did I say September? Oh dear, I'm sorry, I don't know which planet I'm on today. Right, February 2020. Thank you.